It's showtime for the 2K community. Let's take a look at your 2K TV top plays of the week. Let's sail to the elite affiliation with Lynx. Elevates for the snatch block, and he's running. Can somebody stop the ball? Anybody? Oh, come on. Slammed. They go coast to coast.
Memphis, Tennessee, the destination for the Hornets. An electric and explosive forward, Miles Bridges, on the rise in every way. And he'll be counted on as they get primed for action at FedEx Forum. Hornets, Grizzlies. We'll be right back after this. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. All out there with Z. Then it's Harden. Then it's Williams. And it's Duren in at the 4. And for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. And Clark, in this early phase of the season, our new teammates still, getting used to each other.
Yeah, I would think that's the case in most situations, Kevin, and that's the flip side of having a long regular season. Physically, it's challenging, no doubt about it. But over the long haul, you do have an opportunity to come together and gel as a group.
Here's Z. And it's Morant with the rebound. Outside, Bane. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
Here's Z. To the wing on the left. Ball against Bane. Shoots it. Ball with the bucket.
Boy, Ball playing with a lot of aggression and toughness there. I love seeing that from a guard who has his size and ability.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Mark Williams. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Both free throws good from Morant.
Now an all-NBA caliber talent, Morant still feels like he has room to improve.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who is able to talk with Taylor Jenkins.
Well, he's worried about a number of issues, and front of center, James Harden. He said James will dissect you. It's hard to speed him up and hard to slow him down. He's their catalyst. But he thinks if they do a good job on Harden, they have a good shot at winning. Guys?
Thanks, David. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Wells. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Z. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Harden gets the bucket.
He does so many things well, James Harden. It's easy to forget that he's top 3 all time in most three-pointers made.
Now here's Morant. This game with 30 points.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. they can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
To the inside, Duran, and Duran slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
You know, we all know about the flair and sizzle to LaMelo Ball's game. The highlight reel plays, all of that is great, but I also like the fact that he's got great length at the point guard position, which presents a lot of problems at both ends.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Hey, the steady improvement LaMelo's made as a distributor and team leader, that's pretty admirable. He's becoming more and more of a go-to guy.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Passes to Z. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the pass to Williams. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Pass to Wells. Back to Morant. Edey. Duran pulls it in. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. Pass to Z. Beyond the arc. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And that one drops for him. Bane's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Here's Z. He has yet to score. Morant against Ball. In the corner, it's Duran. Here's Z. Charlotte again missing.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They trail by 6. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Morant looking around. The jump hook. Edey can't hit. Hornets trail by 4. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Harden, no good. Grizzlies have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Pass to Edey. Morant outside. Now here's Bane. He's got 8. And it's off from 3-point range. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
An aggressive move from Harden at the hoop. Really good to see him take it to the defense like that.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside, Bane. Here's Edey. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Bane. Pass to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Edey can't hit. Charlotte trailing. To the paint. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. The young fella's got some pretty good hops on him.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
changes here for the Grizzlies. Achua, he's checked in for Edey. And it's Jackson in for Wells. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bridges checks in. Now here's Morant. In the corner, it's Payne. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. That's 10 points for Desmond Bane. Charlotte is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Puts up a three, and there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Z. The Grizzlies have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Morant outside. Jackson in the corner. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Morant. Bridges passes to Z. Charlotte no good that time either.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Z. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Takes the 13-footer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The pass to Z. He kicks it to Bridges. Here's Z. And not sure what he was thinking there.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Pippen finds Clark. Now here's Jackson on the wing. Bane. 14 feet away. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Z. Miller, the pass to Z. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Miller. Bane with the steal. Oh, and here comes Pippen all alone. They get a hand on it.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
Pass to Z. Five to shoot. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Here's Salong. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a 6th sense for those reads.
Here's Z. The Grizzlies pull it in. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Drills the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here's Achua. Still scoreless.
2 minutes remaining.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. 6 to shoot. Here's Pippen. And Bridges with the block.
Boy, a really good shot blocker for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
Miller, the pass to Z. Back to Miller. Pass to Z. And here's Nurkic. He's covered by Clark. Here's Salong. And the wing jumper offline. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Basket counts.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Z. Grizzlies making the shot. And the three off target. This is it to Pippen. Puts it up from 12. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. Here's Z. He has 6. 51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
What's up? And that's one of the things Nurkic does so well. Absorb contact and still be in control.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Hendricks is checked in.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Now, here's Clark. His last outing, he had 8 points. Back to Pippen. Clark against Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Clark outside. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Bain drives in. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Desmond Bain. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bain. And Bain drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Carrington. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. It's a tie game in Memphis. And we'll be back right after this.
The Hornets, 27.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. You've got Yusuf Nurkic. Harden out there with Bol. Then it's Ball, and it's Carrington in at the 2. And the Hornets making a change here. Duran's checked in. Here's Carrington. Now the pass to Ball. Doesn't go for him. Morant against Ball. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
Bucket is good.
And you cannot leave anybody open on Ball's team because this guy is excellent at finding his teammates.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off. whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Now, ball. Following the miss by John Morant from deep. And he gets it to go. And now a 4-point Hornets lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
This is how you use the pick and roll. Morant looking like a vet with the sweet dime there.
Ball no good.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Wells is checked in for Bain. Mark Williams is checked in for the Hornets. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Here's Hendricks. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. Wells dishes to Jackson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
It's the time, everyone. Let me hear you right now.
Checked in for Charlotte. Looking now at some numbers for him. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Morant outside. Outside for Jackson. No good on the three.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Here's Z. Takes a three. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Z's got the lead up to 7 now for Charlotte.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Morant gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Here's Hendricks, guarded by Harden. Now Morant. Nice D from Williams.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Now here's Wells. Guarded closely. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The Grizzlies have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Z. Inside, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. Shoots over Wells. Williams gets the bucket. Here's Morant. And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine, and on a per-minute basis, he's one of the best in the league at corralling boards. But he's had a little bit of an issue staying healthy. When he's on the floor, though, he gives them a real powerful presence up front.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Z. Shoots a 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Morant. The Hornets pull it in. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Morant. Passes it to Hendricks. With the drive. Williams with the block.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Now a timeout called by Memphis. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a filling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Achua, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. The Hornets also with the sub. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Jalen Duren. And the dunk by Wells.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
One thing you know you're going to get from Bridges, he can really score.
That has never been a problem for him. He's always been able to put it in the basket. He's got a really good feel and stays in attack mode when he's on the offensive end.
Shoot 2. First free throw is good.
You know, one of the things that endeared Miles Bridges to his college coach was he was a superstar in talent, but played with a blue-collar mindset.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Both free throws good from Bridges. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
And so here's Charlotte. The Grizzlies making the shot. Z can't get it to go.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Achua finds Jackson. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Z in that last game against the Kings was all business. He dropped in 36 points, and as usual, he orchestrated the offense with superb passing. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
See the pass to Williams. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here with the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Hey, we got to talk about the defense too, guys. They've been outstanding tonight as they've already been able to knock away quite a few shots.
Hornets leading by 10. Ball, the pass to Z. Floats it up for Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Morant against Ball. And that one goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ball. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And you know, for that Knicks game, that's a contest that I'm keeping an eye on. Early on, you love to see games like that one, which should be full of interesting matchups.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson misses. Charlotte has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Z. Off target from outside. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. A 12-point game. Takes the 13-footer. Missed that one. Still looking for his shot. Just 2 for 9. Harden the pass to Z. Back to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
In attack mode and looking to score whenever he can, this is Harden at his best.
Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. Jackson kicks to Morant. Memphis moving it around. The Grizzlies with another miss. Hornets leading by 15. To the middle. And Paul slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
As a passer, Morant has developed great instincts, and he's going to exploit those gaps in the D.
Harden the pass to Z. Back to Harden from deep three-point land. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Ball. Morant. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is. A point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
And the Hornets call time here. Some changes for Memphis. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Bain comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Morant. Down low. Outside Jackson. Bain inside the three-point line. Good D by Miller.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Z. Here's Bull. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Bulls got his first points in this one. Pippen outside. Shoots from 12. Here's Clark. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Good job in the second quarter. I think just playing smash-mouth basketball. Pounding it in the paint.
Charlotte shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And they struggled a bit at the line in the first quarter, but they have been terrific in the second, up to almost 85% overall.
Achua, the pass to Bain. Back to Achua. No good from 11 feet. And so it's Charlotte in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Desmond Bain.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Edey in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Wells. And here's Morant. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Hornets, number 1.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
And he can't hit the second.
And there's no doubt Morant near the top of the list of elite scorers in this league.
And the pass to Z from deep. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
First in rebounding. And they were also first in steals. This was such a tough group defensively. You got to love that energy and intensity they used every night.
And having the best offense in the league last season, they were an opponent that no team wanted to face. Outside, Bain. Wells in the corner. A three from Morant. The Hornets pull it in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 18. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. Now here's Harden. Williams' shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Bain against Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morant. The shot, no good. Williams with the defensive effort.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Shots good by Duran.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
The three-pointers right on target.
And look at Morant getting bold at the arc. When he's feeling it, you really have to watch him out there.
And that one, good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Grizzlies trail by 19. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Harden.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Hornets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Another steal. Z the pass the ball. And the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And then Morant rams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. See the pass to Williams, and the shot goes in. Williams has got 10.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Now, here's Wells. He's got 8, and Morant gets it to go.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Z. It's tipped. Outside, Bain. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Now we get a chance to check out LaMelo Ball. Great showing for him last season. Averaged 15 points a game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And every team wants a scorer to give them a lift off the bench, and that's just what he brings.
Well, he's instant offense. I mean, the game's momentum can be going one way, then bam, his scoring turns the tide. You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Nurkic is checked in. Pass to Duran. Pass to Z. Clock at 6. Harden outside. Good on the three-point shot. 17 points in the game.
Harden skilled off the dribble, off the catch. He can flat out score.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the NBA again set records for attendance. Overall, arenas were filled to 98% of capacity. Commissioner Adam Silver says we're in a great position. We almost can't fit more people in our arenas. Kevin, he made it clear the area for growth is in media and especially in mobile viewing.
David, you know this, directly to the fan. I mean, my goodness, all the different ways you can consume the game. It's beautiful. Z, good. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Hornets?
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
This is his third trip to the free throw line. Hornets leading by 23. Inside, here's Carrington. And it's blocked, and they'll get another chance. And there's the feed to Morant. And finished up by Morant.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Harden outside. Passes it to Z. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Pippen's checked in for Morant. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
15 foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for Memphis, Pippen. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Clark, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Gigi Jackson comes in for Jaren Jackson. Charlotte also making some changes. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Harden. And Miller's subbed in for Z. And he's good on the second. Hornets leading by 20. Bridges outside. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Here's Salon. Right wing. Miller up on top. Pass to Salon. Shot clock at 6. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Salon's got his second basket.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Now here's Wells. He's got 8. And again, Memphis no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Salon. And Duran slams it in.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Hendricks. Scoreless thus far. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
The Grizzlies have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And that one falls for Clark. Achua, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Bowl, he's checked in for the Hornets. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Charlotte leading by 23. Pass to Carrington. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Jackson, and he uses the glass on the lay-in.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Miller outside. On the wing, Bridges. Back to Miller. Pass to Salon. In the corner, it's Bridges. And the layup's good off the glass.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here's Jackson. He can't hit that time.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Jackson against Bridges. Count it. Good. Bridges has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, look how easily Bridges shoots through the contact there. I mean, his mechanics are strong, as is his body.
High post, Pippen. He has 5.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now here's Pippen. Outside for Jackson. Wells with it. He's against Miller. Upside Pippen. The pass to Wells. Outside Jackson. No good on the triple.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Baines checked in for the Grizzlies.
When you've got an imposing force like Bobo, you expect to see him at the line a lot.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here's Jackson. Not a lot of room. On the wing, Bain. Here's Achua. And again, unable to change momentum here. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Clark finds Bain. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Jackson missing again.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this bad.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Bain following the bucket by the Hornets. Bain with the steal. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Bull. The Grizzlies have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Here's Carrington. It doesn't go for him. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Hornets shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. On the court for the Hornets, they've got Trey Mann. Bull out there with Nurkic. And it's Salon in at the 3 spot and stolen by Williams. Outside Pippen. Here's Hendricks. Dishes it to Clark. Pass to Hendricks. 6 to shoot. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Salon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Clark, when you played, virtually every team had an enforcer. But that is a rare breed, it seems, in today's game.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you, I think, Kevin. I mean, a lot of teams had more than one enforcer back in the
This ends up going with the new group. The It's also with the sub. Z's checked in for Trey Mann. Free throw good. Edey. For Charlotte, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And he makes the first. Horton Tucker's checked in for Wells. And so he makes both from the line. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the 4th. Pass to Edey. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Yep, it counts. Bane's got 20.
And we've seen more of this lately from Bane, continuing to blossom and improve as a scorer.
Here's Z, and the layup falls.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Morant outside. Here's Horton Tucker. It's rebounded by Salon. Salon's got his 6th rebound on the night. Carrington.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Horton Tucker with it. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
And he got loose from the 3-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Now here's Morant. Outside, Bane. And there's a whistle. That goes on Z. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Morant outside. There's the lob to the hoop. Edey can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's Z. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Carrington. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now Morant. Tipped away.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing is going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Horton Tucker with it. Pass to Edey. To the inside. Here's Jackson. And another miss by Memphis.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Z. And Bane pulls it down. Bane's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Horton Tucker. Back to Bane to end the run. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
This is why you got to stay up on Bane or pay the price.
Passes it to Z. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. To the paint. And so on, gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And don't sleep on Baines' ability to go right to the rack. That'll happen more often than not.
To the middle. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And, Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Outside, Bane. Outside Pippen. The pass to Hendricks. From deep three-point land. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists in the game. Charlotte has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Bull, the pass to Z. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Z's got 31.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Here's Clark. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
Grizzlies have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. Kicks it to Pippen. Pocket 6. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Just too good a player to leave open.
Here's Z. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Pippen. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. And Memphis making a change here. Moran's checked in. Charlotte in total control. Here's Z. Great D that time from Bain. Down low, here's Clark, and then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Charlotte has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Z can't get it to go. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Bain, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do, even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching. But I read a lot about them, Wilt and Bill Russell, the Celtics and the Lakers, and all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979, the Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. And then you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and then Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense and must-watch TV. So there have been a lot over the years.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Moran. He's too fast and skilled.
Here's Nurkic. The Grizzlies pull it in. Clark's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Morant in the corner. Shoots over Nurkic. And Clark is right there. Clark's got 6 points in the quarter.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
3 points.
1:30 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Z.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bol. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bain drives in. Uses both hands to slam it down.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Here's Z. Guarded by Bain. Here's Z. Out to the right wing. Here's Carrington. They get the rebound. Nurkic against Bain. Out to Morant. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Z, good.
They just blocked out the noise,
kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA. No matter what, they got it done.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with